welcome. We're glad you're here. I just wanted to say my name is Ken Pope. I'm the CEO of the Victims of Communism Memorial Foundation. And we're here this morning, this ceremony, Roll Call of Nations, where we recognize all the victims of communism, all those over 100 million people have been killed by communist regimes around the world, and the 1.5 billion people who are still suffering under communist regimes today. So today we recognize those victims on this special day. And we are looking forward to having all the various groups who have suffered under communism, roughly almost 40 nations, to have them here come and lay a wreath in front of the memorial to honor those victims. So again, welcome, and we were glad you're here today. Thank you.
Victims of Communism Memorial Foundation commemorates and honors all the victims of communism every year in June. During a special ceremony called Roll Call of Nations, wreath-laying ceremony. Every year, we are dedicated to commemorate those victims who suffered from communist regime and brutality of this ideology. So, as a organization, and each of us individually are devoted to not ever letting the society and American audiences and global audiences to ever forget those countries, those nations who suffered from this regime, the victims who perished and have not been maybe commemorized and memorized properly. Therefore, we organized this event, the Roll Call of Nations, which means a lot to me personally, because I come from Lithuania, who suffered 50 years under Soviet communism regime. My family has, and I was raised with that notion of fighting for freedom, fighting for those values, and standing up against those totalitarian regimes. So having to represent this organization is a huge honor at this event, Roll Call of Nations wreath-laying ceremony, and working for VOC and contributing to this important mission today.
Bueno, vinimos a honrar a las víctimas del comunismo. Sabemos todo el daño que esta doctrina ha hecho en el mundo y por tanto venir a recordarles, a honrarles y también a apoyar de alguna manera la lucha contra el comunismo es importante para la vida de cada uno de nosotros que lo ha sufrido en carne propia y ha visto sufrir a nuestros pueblos como Cuba, ustedes mismos de Vietnam y de tantos otros países que aún sufren el comunismo. Que desde nuestra fe cristiana católica rezamos al Señor para que termine esta miseria humana que es el comunismo.
Thì đây là một cái sự kỷ niệm hàng năm mà các anh chị ở trên vùng Washington DC đã tổ chức, và chúng tôi thì có cái vinh dự đến tham dự ngày hôm nay để thứ nhất là để nhớ lại tội ác dã man của Đảng Cộng sản trong cái thời gian qua, và cũng góp phần nào đó để lưu lại cho thế hệ sau này.
We pray especially that you intervene to enlighten those who may be misled by the dark promises of the false prophets and communists.
VOC's annual Roll Call of Nations ceremony serves to remind us of the worldwide devastation communism has brought, and to recognize the examples of hope and courage in the fight against this evil ideology and system of rule.
We are here because we hear the voices of the victims. Inevitable day when we know that China is free, Cuba is free, Vietnam is free, North Korea is free, Laos is free. Just as the Berlin Wall fell and the evil empire collapsed, we are confident that communism will wind up on the ash heap of history and all the captive nations will be captive no more.
Very much. It's my honor to serve as the chairman of the Victims of Communism Memorial Foundation. As many of you know, VOC's mission is to educate this and future generations accurately about the ideology, history, and legacy of communism, and to advocate for the freedom of those still held captive by totalitarian regimes.
The Truman-Reagan Medal of Freedom is the Victim of Communism's Memorial Foundation's highest honor. It is awarded to those who have demonstrated a lifelong commitment to freedom and democracy, as well as opposition to communism and all other forms of tyranny. Today, we are honored and privileged indeed to present the Truman-Reagan Medal of Freedom to Bunchen Tsiang for his lifelong commitment to the people of Tibet.
I've been attending this Victim of Communism Memorials roll call every year, but this year I'm privileged to be in an additional capacity, and I thank you all for this. When I was informed of your intention to bestow upon me the Truman-Reagan Medal of Freedom, my immediate feeling was that I'm not deserving of it. First of all, just have a look at the list of the past honorees, and my contribution doesn't reach anywhere near any of these individuals and organizations. Secondly, given the nature of modern Tibetan history, it's in the DNA of each and every Tibetan to do whatever we can to oppose the misdeeds of the Chinese Communist Party towards our homeland and people. Under the leadership of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and may I say His Holiness's representative, Dr. Namgyal Chödrop, is over here, all Tibetans are nurtured in an environment where the Tibetan struggle is part of our daily lives. In Tibet, our Tibetan brothers and sisters are not in a situation to reveal their true thinking.
Quý vị, chúng tôi là Trà My Nguyễn, đại diện cho cộng đồng người Việt quốc gia Hoa Kỳ. Chúng tôi nghĩ rất là quan trọng để tưởng nhớ tất cả hơn 100 triệu người đã bị thảm sát bởi chế độ Cộng sản. Tết Mậu Thân đã ghi một cái dấu ấn rất là sâu đậm trong cái lòng của người dân. Hơn 5.000 người dân của chúng ta đã bị chết vô tội bởi tay của Cộng sản. Thế hệ của chúng tôi, những hậu duệ, phải có trách nhiệm giữ vững lá cờ Việt Nam Cộng Hòa, không cho Cộng sản xâm nhập vào hải ngoại. Chúng tôi thiết tha kêu gọi tất cả các hội đoàn, những anh chị em trẻ tham gia vào cộng đồng, xin hãy tiếp tục cái truyền thống và bảo tồn văn hóa, cũng như là chia sẻ những cái kiến thức về lịch sử đối với thế hệ trẻ sau này.
Good afternoon, I'm Bob Williams from the Victims of Communism Memorial Foundation. We're here in the Victims of Communism Museum. I'm the Director of Academic Programs. Our mission is to educate everyone, not just youngsters, but older generation as well, as to the victims of communism past, which over 100 million people have lost their lives, but even more importantly, to the victims of communism presently, the 1.5 billion under the yoke of communism in countries like China, Cuba, North Korea, Laos, Vietnam, and Venezuela. So I look forward to working with our Vietnamese counterparts and to, furthering the cause of those who still live under the yoke of communism in Vietnam.